Thank you right now. If you're just joining us, this is TCA News. We're starting our coverage of the Notre Dame fire, which is currently occurring. I'm sorry if we join in the broadcast late. We only just found out. It's like 9:16 a.m. over here. So we'll just show the broadcast from Fox News on YouTube, and if any updates happen, we'll have it here live. Right. Be right back in a moment. This is TCA News. We're gonna try to remain live along the time. In the meantime, here's some more video.
Ravi d'avoir passé quelques heures avec toi. Bon courage, ça marche. Merci.
Sorry about that. We're just experiencing some technical difficulties here on TCA. Not. Well, I just need to check something. Be right back. Okay, we're going to go back to our broadcast. We'll go back to Fox News in a moment.
This in a few years when we have like
live from Twitter, France 24.
Presenting Paris to people.
It's right in the heart of the city. It's seen many things go by over the years.
Yeah, of course. Like it's older than a lot of things, and since I'm a kid, I've always seen it in the background. It's something that I've grew up with, and I've walked by thinking it would always be there. And that's very weird to think that tomorrow when I walk by, will not look the same anymore.
And how do you think Parisians will react to this? We're already hearing people talking about how important it is to rebuild it.
Well, they're already reacting because you can see that there's a lot of people around here. There's a lot of people that gathered to just look how it was going on, and we heard cheering earlier from people that were seeing that the fire was put out. And I think even if a lot of efforts have been put into rebuilding it, we always feel like it's not the original church anymore that's here.
Sasha and Sinead, thanks very much for joining us. As I said, the singing goes on behind me, and there's a lot of people out in the streets of Paris tonight around Notre Dame. A lot of people felt it was very important to come here.
Chris, thank you very much indeed. That's Chris Moore for us there in central Paris this evening. Let's just bring you a couple of updates coming in from Paris Prosecutor's Office tonight. They're saying here there is no evidence tonight that this attack, this incident was arson. They say it looks like an accident tonight, and that the evidence is the structure of the Notre Dame will be saved. That, of course, doesn't include the spire that we've already seen gone down. But the fire there, as you can see from those those images, largely out tonight, but firefighters are still working to keep control of the fire several hours after it started. Now, we don't know what caused this fire, but it could be linked to a renovation project that's been ongoing in the spire. Nicholas Rushworth has been taking a look then at some of that renovation work that's been going on.
The cathedral, built between the 12th and 14th centuries, was in a state of disrepair. Renovation on the spire and other parts of the Gothic edifice was underway. Scaffolding was in place. Among the signs of the structure's fragility, some statues strapped in so that they would stay in place. Heritage experts warned of the scale of the task. Speaking to France 24 last June, the architect responsible for the cathedral's restoration explained that cement dating back to the 19th century was causing problems.
The stone is porous. The
And we're back.
Bonsoir à tous et merci d'être là. Notre-Dame brûle et la France entière pleure et le monde entier aussi est sous une émotion extrême. Je reçois des messages du monde entier, de tout le monde. Tout le monde est véritablement bouleversé et bien sûr nous sommes nous-mêmes complètement KO. Le premier message que j'ai reçu par exemple c'est celui du grand rabbin de France, Haïm Corsia, qui m'a dit « C'est notre lieu à tous et je pleure avec toi ». Voilà, je voulais remercier aussi les pompiers qui ont pu sauver les 2 tours. Ils risquent leur vie à chaque fois, on peut les remercier vraiment parce qu'ils sont d'un courage inouï et d'un professionnalisme extraordinaire. Je remercie bien sûr Monsieur le Président d'être venu, Madame la maire d'être venue et tous de mettre en œuvre tout leur savoir-faire. Aujourd'hui, Paris est en prière tout entier, toutes les églises se sont ouvertes, toutes les églises sont en train de prier. Il y a une centaine de jeunes à la fontaine Saint-Michel qui sont en train de prier. Donc tous ensemble, nous sommes unis dans ce grand malheur qui nous touche et qui, au-delà de la France, touche le monde entier. Merci vraiment.
Sorry, we just had someone invade the studio. Some person, I don't know. Anyway, let's go back to the broadcast.
Ce qui s'est passé ce soir à Paris et dans cette cathédrale Notre-Dame est évidemment un terrible drame. Je veux avant toute chose avoir une pensée et des remerciements pour les sapeurs-pompiers de Paris. Près de 500 d'entre eux, depuis plusieurs heures, se sont battus contre les flammes et se battent encore et le feront encore pendant des heures et des heures et sans doute plusieurs jours. Ils l'ont fait avec un courage extrême, un grand professionnalisme et beaucoup de détermination de la part de leur chef. Je veux ici leur dire les remerciements de la nation tout entière. Durant ces heures, grâce à leur engagement, à l'engagement de l'ensemble des services de l'État, de la mairie de Paris, des personnels de Notre-Dame, le pire a été évité, même si la bataille n'est pas encore totalement gagnée. Les prochaines heures seront difficiles. Mais grâce à leur courage, la façade et les 2 tours principales ne se sont pas effondrées. Alors je veux ce soir avoir, bien entendu, avant tout, une pensée pour les catholiques de France et partout à travers le monde, en particulier en cette semaine sainte. Je sais ce qu'ils ressentent et nous sommes avec eux. Je veux aussi avoir une pensée pour toutes les Parisiennes et les Parisiens. Notre-Dame de Paris, c'est leur cathédrale et plus encore.
Notre-Dame.
Les habitants de la ville.
Since the first flames, since the
Et je veux
fire
aussi avoir
started,
une
and I
pensée
know
pour
her
l'ensemble de nos
emotions, the emotions
compatriotes.
that she expressed. I
Parce
would
que
like to
Notre-Dame de
also
Paris,
recognize the emotions
c'est notre
of our
histoire.
compatriots.
Notre
Notre-Dame
littérature, notre
of
imaginaire,
Paris is our
le lieu
history, our
où
literature, the
nous
place
avons
where
vécu
we have
tous nos
lived
grands moments,
all of our
nos
great
épidémies,
moments,
nos guerres,
our
nos libérations.
wars,
C'est
our
l'épicentre
liberations, our
de
epidemics.
notre vie.
It is the epicenter of
C'est
our
l'étalon
life.
d'où partent les distances.
This is the place
Et d'où l'on se
where
mesure depuis
people
Paris.
went far.
Ces temps de livres.
This is
de peinture.
so many books, so many
C'est une
paintings.
cathédrale
This
qui
is a
est
cathedral
celle de toutes les Françaises et de
that
tous les
is the
Français,
cathedral
même
of all
celles et
the
ceux qui n'y
French
sont
people,
jamais venus.
all of the French people, even those who have never
histoire, c'est la
set
nôtre.
foot at this cathedral. This history
Alors, elle
is
brûle.
our history. Our history is
Elle
now
brûle et je sais
burning.
cette tristesse,
It is burning, and I
ce
know
tremblement
that this
intérieur
sadness,
ressenti
this
par tant de nos concitoyens.
inside feeling, this trembling
soir, je
inside
veux
is felt by
aussi avoir
all
un
of
mot
our
d'espérance
citizens. And I would like to express
pour nous tous.
a word of hope for all of us tonight.
Cette espérance,
This hope
c'est la fierté que nous devons
is
avoir.
the proud that we must have.
Fierté
The
de
pride
tous ceux qui se sont battus
that of all
pour que le pire
who
n'advienne
have
pas.
fought to avoid the worst.
Ces soldats du feu.
These
Fierté parce que
soldiers
cette
of the
cathédrale,
fire,
il y a
this
plus de 800 ans,
pride that we express,
nous avons
this
su
cathedral,
l'édifier
more than
et à
800
travers
years
les
ago,
siècles,
we
la
were
faire
able
grandir
to
et l'améliorer.
rebuild it and improve it through centuries. So I'm telling you,
This is TCA News, and we're going to remain live for a while.
we will rebuild this cathedral.
I see this on translation. I'll leave you with the translation.
Part of the
Et
French
le projet que
destiny,
nous aurons
the project
pour les années à venir,
that we
mais je
will
m'y
carry
engage.
out in this coming
demain,
in the coming years, and
souscription
I'm
nationale sera
committed
lancée,
to this
et
project
bien au-delà de nos
since
frontières.
tomorrow.
Nous
This
ferons appel
is going to be launched. It's a project of
aux plus grands
reconstruction.
talents.
It's going to be
Et ils sont nombreux qui
launched
viendront y
beyond our
contribuer.
borders. We will call upon
Et
the
nous
best
rebâtirons.
talents in the world so that we
Nous
can
rebâtirons Notre-Dame.
rebuild. We can rebuild
Parce que
Notre
c'est
Dame.
ce que les Français attendent.
Because this is what the
Parce que
French
c'est ce que
people
notre
are
histoire
expecting.
mérite.
This is what our history merits.
Parce que c'est
This
notre
is what
destin.
our history deserves, and this is our
vous remercie.
profound destiny. Thank you very much.
Dans mes batteries de téléphone. Donc, j'aimerais juste savoir si vous êtes live. Je vais live. Tiens, je récupère le micro. Excuse-moi. Merci beaucoup. Merci, c'est très gentil. Merci pour eux. Hop, attention, le câble. Ah oui, attends, t'es câblé là.
Anthony Anthony
Non, c'est juste qu'il n'y a plus rien.
Ah ouais
D'après ce que m'a dit Anthony.
Bah, bien sûr que non, s'il a pris Philippe et...
Apparemment, ils ont leurs affaires à l'Elysée, ils les ramènent, c'est une partie des trucs. Peut-être que... Oui.
Well then, and corresponding to Fox News will return shortly as well. This is TCA News. Due to the current events happening in France, our normal programming is changing. At 10 a.m. is a newsline as usual. Then at 10:05 we're going to a TCA News breaking news rather than what was regularly scheduled. In fact, we don't even have a schedule, so I don't know what I'm saying. So do please stay with us. Looks like the stream has ended. Excuse me, we'll be right back. Sorry, we're just experiencing some technical difficulty. And we'll be back as soon as we can.
A 100-meter high crane was used several days ago to remove 6
Yeah, we're currently lagging. Hang on just a moment. Right, so we're going to join CBS News.
Would have.
Well, the first question I have is whether everyone was safely evacuated from the building, because the building is, especially it's Holy Week, that building is packed at all times, and the first obligation of a Christian community is to take care of the people. So that's the first thing that I'm wondering about, and then I do hope that because the fire began high up, that perhaps there was time for some of the more of the movable works of art to be taken out. But we have no idea at this point. And I was right away, as soon as I heard about it, in contact with colleagues at museums in Paris, and at that point, early this afternoon, they didn't know more than we did, so I think it'll be quite some time before we know the full impact.
And what kind of fire suppression, when you have these kinds of centuries old cathedrals, do you know what kind of fire suppression or fire protection capabilities are available, or do you have some familiarity with Notre Dame Cathedral in particular?
I have no expertise in that area.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so what has been the reaction more broadly? You touched on it a moment ago, but what has been the reaction among fellow curators in the museum community, considering that you had a significant collection of artwork and holy objects that were kept inside the church?
Well, it might sound odd to you, but these buildings aren't, these are not dead monuments. These are part of a living community. And cathedrals, and this is true of museums too, churches are built with the idea that they exist until the end of time. They should exist till the end of time. And one of the really poetic and wonderful things about going into a place like Notre Dame is that you sense that. You sense the centuries, really the millennia of devotion that it represents and how that manifests itself in the artistry of the building, and then that becomes a kind of
sorry about that. We're just having some problems in the studio with this random guy who won't stop wrestling me. Well, it was my brother.
It doesn't matter
we're having a wrestling match. I don't know why, but
yeah,
back to the news.
The architecture is so sublime that it works that effect on you.
All right, so well put, Barbara Boehm. Thank you so much, Barbara.
You're most welcome.
Coming up after a break, Cardinal Timothy Dolan reacts to the fire at Notre Dame. Stay with us. You're streaming CBSN.
And there goes CBS 2.
Tu vois, il faut appuyer une fois sur le bouton blanc. Il faut que tu appuies tout. Et là, c'est ça l'image. Les Français sont Non, c'est pas grave. Je vais faire un détour. Bah, la petite lentille, elle est juste là. Oui, Moins ça vaut que ça, si tu veux.
Destruída. Chegou umas meninas, assim, não sabe, caras que não sabem o que fazer. Que destruição, né, cara? Para as pessoas. Digamos. Para que as pessoas se
Il y a un moment, on va pleuvoir aussi.
destruição no Brasil.
Aqui é a cidade onde você aprende a
Eu acho que
livros e livros são isso que eu acho
Il faut une carte pour pouvoir. C'est genre comme ça. Ah, internet. Est-ce que je peux payer la carte d'accès pour faire un marché Ça roule. Ça vend un truc.
Trabalho de gerações.
Você olha aí, você tem que
This is TCA News. We now go to There is only one story today on Newsline. we're continuing our coverage on the Paris Notre Dame fires. Good morning. Today, the Notre Dame fire continues to rage around the country of France. We're just receiving some information that, we're going to give you live updates. According to Euronews, the structure of Paris's Notre Dame has been saved from total destruction, according to a certain fire chief. Earlier, French fire services said that the thing could not be stopped, possibly. The spire on top of the building. Yay! God damn it! Why broadcasts always sorry, we're having an interruption. We'll be right back in a moment. Just so grumpy. Back to the news. Bleeping idiots. Right, we're gonna read some news headlines. Also, the idiot can just... If he interrupts one more time, I'm 1, turning off the stream, 2, I'm not saying what, but I will get very angry at him. It's my brother, by the way. He loves interrupting stuff, even when I'm busy. Anyway, let's just read what's going on. World leaders and politicians have continued to express their solidarity with France. The President of the European Commission, Jean-Claude Juncker, described the fire as a horror and sad spectacle by saying, "I am following minute by minute the fire of which Notre Dame de Paris is the prey." A press release read, "Our Lady of Paris belongs to the whole of mankind. It has inspired so many writers, so many painters, so many philosophers, so many visitors from all over. What a sad spectacle, what a horror. I share the emotion of the French nation, which is also ours." The German Chancellor, Angela Merkel, said via her spokeswoman's Twitter, "It is with profound sadness that I am witnessing the events in Paris. I am saddened to see these terrible images of Notre Dame, symbol of France and of our European culture, in flames. Our thoughts go to our French friends." British Labour Party MP Yvette Cooper said she was in Paris and saw the spire of Notre Dame fall. "I've just come away from the Bank of Seine Oliver after the spire fell, as I can't bear to watch anymore," she tweeted, fearful for anyone close to the flames and aghast that centuries of history and beauty could disappear into smoke so fast. For live coverage, continue watching TCA News. Remain here to be informed.
E o cara entrar no clube, é só essa informação dele lá no começa a ficar rolando aí. Muita tensão social, muito vai ter alguma coisa. Agora é o jeito, né, lá no sul. Vem, volta aí. E ainda, deixa os caras lá.
That's the feeling the fire's being contained, Gunnar.
envoyer des...
Deve estar lá, inclusive. Não, tá lá, que chama de esses drones aí da
No, si se ve allí en los juegos, está todavía me activo. Pero mucho además. Mira, detrás de aquella pequeña torre pequeña lo ves, ya digo, ahí, eso, mira. Qué pena.
Não, baixou bem. Acho que agora vai.
Lá dentro, você nunca sabe se alguma coisa vai. E aí, tá. Essa vai ser de de viagem sábado. Sábado não, sexta. Tá bom. Falou. Très bien.
Ya tú.
This is TCA News. We're going to continue our coverage, and just a quick update first. There has been a fire at Notre Dame. I think the fire's gone. Does that mean we have to interrupt the stream? No. We'll end it after 1 hour of the stream, like usual. No, the blaze is still there. Yeah. It is a sad day. So. But TCA stands with France. We do stand with France. We will stand with France all the way. Wait, does this mean we have to change our profile picture on TCA again? This is like the 4th time. First we had a thing, PewDiePie, respect for gay people, and then respect for New Zealand, and now respect for France. We're even due to... Well, we'll see how the day goes then, and we'll see how it goes. Right, thanks for watching TCA News.
Es verdad, tú quedamos donde los pintores. Quedamos donde los pintores. He dicho.
¿Te pasaba algo?
No, es en otro edificio.
Sí. Además, hemos visto yo una foto y hemos dicho,
Alba, yo te creo.
Y no ha habido alguien que ha dicho, eso sí para que me mueva o algo así. Que ha dicho grande. Y tercero dice, bueno, vale, ya voy, no tengáis dentro de piso que era para que me moviese. Y luego llego, lo ve alguien y dice, coño. No sé qué era así, habrá sido muy bueno.
Le pega a Diego. Ah, no, que Diego no.
Si le pega y no está afectado, pero...
Pues tienes tío. O sea, el triángulo, fíjate, según lo que tenemos aquí delante, el arco, es como lo que sería si extendemos eso hacia el crucero, porque entonces, por lo menos hasta la punta del arco, había que estar... salido una catástrofe.
No sé si es bastante. Creo que puede ser que se den las torres,
Sí.
el lado ese ahí en el medio,
Sí.
para mirar. Pues van a decir, madre, chaval, y ya,
Yo creo que de poca cosa. O sea, mirad desde dónde están tirando, o sea, cerca no están. O sea, cerca ellos no están del fuego, ¿sabes? Tiene que ser un desastre.
Diego.
Los andenes siguen ahí.
¿Es eso que está así? Detrás del triángulo.
Detrás hay como una luz. Hay luces rojas.
Yo lo hago un montón de
Eso son andamios. Eso son andamios. Que de hecho, hostias, que no es una sombra.
Lo ves en la SD, tío.
¿Crees que daba la sombra?
Thank you for watching TCA News. We'll now return to your regular programming.